Number one, I have despite.
Number one, you have despite. Okay. What else do you have?
Mm, I thought.
Oh, one little second. Liliana is here. There. Number two, what do you have? Hold on.
Yes, I thought.
Okay. What about number three?
Despite.
Right. And number four,
Nevertheless.
nevertheless. Now, hi Liliana.
Hi, teacher.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. Teacher, I have different answers.
Yeah. What do you have for number one?
Number one, I'll talk.
Although. All right. Let's mark
I'll
although.
talk. No.
And number two.
And number two, in spite of. In spite of.
And number three.
Even talk.
Even though. And number four.
It's the same that
Nevertheless.
nevertheless.
All right. So let's check it out. When do we use although or even though? Although or even though are used to connect clauses. Do you remember what is a clause? A clause has a subject and a verb. Okay, it's like a complete idea, a subject and a verb. So I'm gonna put this up here. So when you have a subject and a verb, and you want to connect these to another subject and another verb with a different meaning, I'm gonna different subject with a different verb. Or maybe not different, but opposite maybe. But we'll check that in a second. How can we connect these two? We connect them with although or even though. So let's check number one. There. Groups of terrorists can be annoying, comma. Tourism is important to the local economy. So what is phrase number one? Does that sentence have one subject and one verb?
Different
Group
subject and different.
of tourists. What is that?
A subject.
The subject. And then can be annoying. What is that? The verb. Well, not the completed, but can be, that would be the verb. Can be annoying. And on the other side, what do we have? Tourism. What is tourism?
Subject.
It's a subject. And the verb?
Yes.
So we have two complete sentences. That means we have one clause over here and another clause in the other side. Oh, erase this right there. So here I have one clause, and over here I have another clause. And how do I connect them? I connect them with although or even though. Yes. So we are not going to use despite. Very good. What about number two? Number two, you can still enjoy the sights in the city, or actually let's review when do we use despite or in spite of. It says despite and in spite of before noun phrases or ing forms. But remember that sometimes the ing form is a subject, remember?
Yes, teacher.
Subject. So let's check it out. Despite causing problems, will that be a subject or a verb?
Yes, problems. Noun.
It's a noun, it's a subject, or yes, it's not a verb. And then tourists are welcome. And here we have a subject and a verb. But the first part, this is not a complete clause. It's only a noun. How do we connect them? We connect them with despite or in spite of. Can you guys hear my little boy yelling?
Yes.
You can hear him? Okay. Give me a second, okay? I'll be right back. Meanwhile, continue checking the other two, the rest of the sentences, 3 and 4.
Okay. So Liliana.
Yes, Diana. Mommy.
Number 3 and 4. I think in number 4 we have the same answer, right?
Yes, we have the same answer. But in the
But in number
two
3,
answer, I insist in the answer is in spite of because because this connected with the subject, the crowds of tourists. It's only a subject. It isn't a verb. The crowds of tourists. So we have to use in spite of. What do you think?
okay, okay.
The sentence, you can still enjoy the signs in the city in spite of the crowds of tourists. The first clause connected only with a subject, the crowds of tourists. It isn't a sentence with complete with verb and complement. It isn't. It is only a subject, the crowds of tourists.
Okay.
So we can use in spite of.
And in number 3, you say event.
Number
You
3,
say eventual, right?
yeah, even though, because this is connected to sentence. Tourism creates employment, even though many of the jobs are low paid. There are two sentences with a subject and two verbs.
Okay, okay.
What what do you think?
I was I was looking for the grammar, like in the second of the spider. I see the second example, like tourists can be good despite of the problems it causes. So actually, I only I only pretty sure in the last one, but in the other 3, I'm not sure.
Uh, but the second sentence has a subject plus verb plus complement. It's complete an entire sentence. So we have to use even talk.
Okay, thank you very much. So what do you guys have so far? You can still enjoy the sights in the city. I'm working with number two. Number two, you can still enjoy the sights in the city, and in spite of or although the crowds of tourists. Is this a complete clause or is it just a noun phrase? What would
Just
it
a
be?
noun.
It's only a noun phrase. So we have only two things. We have either a clause. Oh my gosh, people are waiting for me. Clauses or noun phrases. Right there. So here we're connecting a noun phrase. So we need an in spite of and not although. And in number three, tourism creates employment, even though despite many of the jobs are low paid. What do we have in each one? Tourism creates
Even talk.
employment. Many of the jobs are low paid. So what do we have? We have two clauses, or do we have a clause?
Two sentence.
We have two clauses,
Two
right?
sentence.
Two
Two
sentences.
complete.
Sentences. So what do we need? Even though or despite?
Complete sentence. Even talk.
We need even though. So we cancel despite. And let's go for number four. Tourism can damage the environment, period. Despite, nevertheless, resorts are still being developed. This one is easy because here we have a period, right? And every time we have another sentence after a period, then we use either nevertheless or however. So that's correct. Very good, guys. Do you have any questions?
No.
No questions. All right. What about you, Eduardo and Leslie? How are you guys doing?
Teacher, so
Yes, Liliana. Just go ahead.
always after the period, we only use nevertheless and however.
However, correct.
Always,
Always, yes.
always. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions, guys? All right. Now you had to write your own article, but I don't know if you did it or not. Did you write your own article?
Yes.
You did? Perfect, Diana. What about you, Liliana? No?
I only answer the questions, teacher.
Only these questions? Well, this will be
Yeah.
homework, okay? Write this, write and check your article and include your classmates' views. What article are you going to write? This. On this page 114, on the top, you have a question. Are tourists a good or bad thing? So you have to write your article with your answer. Write a survey article. Write it with your answer and your classmates' answers. You have to ask your classmates the question. And with yours and your classmates' answers and opinions and points of view, you're going to write an article like this. Like A or like B, however you want it. Okay? Guys, is that clear? Leslie, Diana, Liliana, Eduardo.
Yes.
Thank you, Diana. Eduardo, Leslie.
It's an article, but with my own opinion.
Not only yours and your classmates' opinion.
Okay.
You have to write it yourself. You have to write, for example, it says here, my survey shows that residents have mixed feelings about its impact. When it says residents, you're going to talk about your classmates. So you're going to say, my survey shows that my classmates don't like tourism, or my classmates prefer to have tourism, and in spite of or despite the trash, the traffic, the problems, whatever your opinion or their opinions are, all together, all combined, using the contrasting ideas expressions, using these expressions. Although, even though, despite and in spite of, nevertheless, and however. Is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
Leslie, how about you? Diana, Liliana, do you have any questions?
No, teacher.
No? All right. In that case, let's continue. You can close your books. We're going to start with lesson A. Are you ready?
Yes.
Very nice. Please close your books. And we start with Unit 11. Can you read, please, Liliana?
Uh, Unit 11, culture.
Culture, that's right. Okay, Eduardo, can you read, please, the first one?
Yeah, sure. In Unit 11, you talk about weddings, gifts, and tradition.
Very good. Leslie, next. Leslie, are you there? I can't hear you.
Talk about weddings, gifts, and traditions.
That would be use relatives.
Wait, I can hear you now. Use relative closeness with when, where, whose.
Perfect. Diana, next.
Use verbs with two objects.
Yes, and Liliana.
Soften comments with expression like a little.
Perfect. And the last one is say yeah, no, to agree and make a comment. Yeah, no. Together in one answer. And that is to agree and make a comment. All right. Let's begin with weddings. Lesson A. Weddings. What do you guys see in the picture?
Cupcake.
Presents. A wife.
Yes,
Oh,
a wife.
not a wife, a bride. A bride.
Right.
And a bouquet. What's the
What is
bouquet?
the flowers?
Yes, the arrangement, the flower arrangement. That's the bouquet. Perfect. Look, Eduardo. Eduardo, what's your girlfriend's name, mister?
I don't have a girlfriend yet.
No, not yet. Oh my goodness.
Not yet.
What about Leslie? Leslie, do you have a boyfriend?
No, yet.
Not yet. Diana, do you have a boyfriend, Diana?
Not yet.
No? Oh man, this pandemia is affecting everybody.
Liliana.
Liliana, this is Liliana and her husband. What's your husband's name, Liliana?
Beto. His name
Beto,
is Beto.
perfect. Liliana and Beto, there they are. Do you guys like weddings? Yes, no, maybe, I don't know.
Yes,
Yes.
I do.
Why?
Yes, I do.
Why?
because it's an important time for the
Couple.
bridge and
For the
the
couple.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Why? What else?
Teacher,
Yes.
teacher, I have
It's just that I love the
doubt.
parties.
Okay. What, mister? What?
Teacher, I have a doubt.
Go ahead, Liliana.
Thank you. And the sentence and the introduction of the unit uh, say, yeah, not to agree and make a comment. I am confused. Uh, no to agree or not to agree. Not
Yeah,
to
no.
agree
Yeah, no.
or
It's a complete
no
expression.
to agree.
It's a complete expression. Yeah, no. All together. One more time.
Uh, without yeah,
Yes, with that, with
say
yes.
not to agree.
No, no, no,
Not,
no, 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 no. Yes. It is
say
all together.
not
Yeah,
to
no.
agree.
Say yeah, no. All together at the same time.
But without
For
yeah,
example,
we can say
yes, with yes.
uh,
It's all together. Say yeah, no.
but
All of this together.
if if we drop yeah,
No.
the
What we're going to check,
no.
what we will study will be this phrase
Uh,
together.
we we learned in the last time, the last week,
Uh-huh.
that after an adjective or after we can use not to and verb not. It's important not to buy. It's necessary
Yes,
not
that's right.
to
But
not.
what you want to learn in this new in that will be the new topic or the new lesson will be that this is one expression alone. It's not
It's
together.
it's
It's not together. No, it's not together. It's yeah, no, together. Only.
oh, it's an expression.
Yes, it's an
Okay,
expression.
thank you so much, teacher.
All right, let's
Thank you
go.
so much, teacher.
And we were with, do you like weddings? Why? Why do you like weddings? I was looking for a picture with a lot of food. So this was supposed to be a lot of food and people dancing and taking pictures. But why do you guys like weddings?
Because I love the parties.
You don't like parties?
No, I love the parties.
You love to go party. Okay, very good. Ladies? Nothing.
I don't like parties too.
You don't like parties? Why?
Me neither.
You know what?
They're so noisy.
Yeah, they are a little bit noisy, but you know what I love about parties? Food.
Good point.
All right. Now think of 10 words associated with weddings. You have 1 minute and please write them on the chat. I will give you 1 minute to think about your words. Think of 10 words associated with weddings. You have 1 minute. Go. Yes, Diana, rings. Continue, continue. You have to write 10 words. Diana, 10 words. Leslie, 10 words. Eduardo, 10 words. And Liliana, 10 words. Very good. Address. What else? Cake. Yes, Diana. Cake, of course. Continue, please. You guys have 15 seconds. Marriage. Marriage. But let's leave it at matrimony. Yeah. Candy. Candy, really? Okay. Time's up. Time's up. Eduardo, Liliana, nothing.
I couldn't active the chat teacher.
Are you on a cell phone or a computer?
I am working in a computer.
In a computer, I think the button is somewhere over here. You will see the button that says chat. You can click on it. Guys, am I correct? Is there where the button is?
Yes.
Perfect. So look for it, Liliana. Look for the button that says chat.
Yes, but I push click chat, but I try to write, but I don't write.
You have to click. You have to click where it says write a message here. Click on it, and then you can write. Yeah, the flower girl. Leslie is not the man of honor. He's the best man. Did you find it, Liliana?
No, teacher.
No, you couldn't find it. Okay. Did the chat open? Can you see my messages and Leslie's and Diana's?
Yes.
No, but hold on. I'm asking
Yes,
Liliana.
yes, I can.
Yes, you can see it. Oh, okay. There is a box in the bottom part that says send to or enviar a, and below it says write your message here. Do you see that? Can you find that part?
No, teacher.
No? Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let me send you pictures.
No.
Hold on. I'm going to put it right here.
And yeah. And yeah, I
You found it?
¿Qué hice? Ay. Yeah.
Right there, Liliana. I sent a picture on the WhatsApp group so you can see what I'm telling you. Yes, Leslie,
Okay.
flower girl, the best
I'm going
man.
see.
Wedding reception, wedding, church, perfect. All right, ladies, now what you're going to do, remember, we are not working with books, no books, okay? Close your book if you have it open. Close your book and you're going to listen to an audio. And in this audio, you have to pay attention to your words. Which of your words are mentioned? Are you ready?
Yes.
When is a good time to get married? Bjorn.
The best time here in Sweden is the summer, when it stays light all night.
Ming Wei.
It depends. Here, it's often decided by a fortune teller, whose job is to choose the best day.
Alex.
Any weekend when you can get off work.
What's your favorite part of the wedding? Rodrigo.
There's a very touching moment when the bride walks down the aisle with her bridesmaids and the groom turns and sees her in her wedding dress for the first time.
Gosia.
My favorite part is when they go to the reception where the couple is met by their parents. The parents give the newlyweds a gift of bread and salt, which in Poland symbolize the prosperity and hardship of life.
Manuel.
It's when the bride and groom exchange vows.
How have weddings changed in recent years? Kumiko.
There was a time when weddings were very traditional in Japan, but that changed in the 1980s when Western-style ceremonies became more popular.
Junho.
Here in South Korea, marriages were traditionally arranged by a matchmaker whose responsibility was to find the right partner for you. I have lots of friends whose parents met that way, but arranged marriages aren't as common nowadays.
Cassidy.
There aren't as many religious weddings. Some people go to Hawaii, where they get married on the beach. Or there are actually places in the States where a celebrity look-alike, like Elvis, performs a civil ceremony.
Chris.
They go on longer. They have all these bachelor and bachelorette parties now, where you celebrate with your friends. Sometimes they go on all night, and some last the whole weekend. Then there's the rehearsal dinner, where the parents of the groom host a dinner for everybody who's involved. The bridesmaids, the best man, and groomsmen.
Okay. Which of your words were mentioned? So I have Diana wrote rings, address, cake, candy,
Wedding.
food. Yes,
Great.
go ahead.
Reception, bride, grooming, marriage. That's all.
That's all. What about you, Diana? What about you, Eduardo? And Liliana? Would you like to listen again and check?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, all right. Listen again and check.
When is a good time to get married? Bjorn.
The best time here in Sweden is the summer, when it stays light all night.
Ming Wei.
It depends. Here, it's often decided by a fortune teller, whose job is to choose the best day.
Alex.
Any weekend when you can get off work.
What's your favorite part of the wedding? Rodrigo.
There's a very touching moment when the bride walks down the aisle with her bridesmaids and the groom turns and sees her in her wedding dress for the first time.
Gosia.
My favorite part is when they go to the reception where the couple is met by their parents. The parents give the newlyweds a gift of bread and salt, which in Poland symbolize the prosperity and hardship of life.
Manuel.
It's when the bride and groom exchange vows.
How have weddings changed in recent years? Kumiko.
There was a time when weddings were very traditional in Japan, but that changed in the 1980s when Western-style ceremonies became more popular.
Junho.
Here in South Korea, marriages were traditionally arranged by a matchmaker whose responsibility was to find the right partner for you. I have lots of friends whose parents met that way, but arranged marriages aren't as common nowadays.
Cassidy.
There aren't as many religious weddings. Some people go to Hawaii, where they get married on the beach. Or there are actually places in the States where a celebrity look-alike, like Elvis, performs a civil ceremony.
Chris.
They go on longer. They have all these bachelor and bachelorette parties now, where you celebrate with your friends. Sometimes they go on all night, and some last the whole weekend. Then there's the rehearsal dinner, where the parents of the groom host a dinner for everybody who's involved. The bridesmaids, the best man, and groomsmen.
There. Which of your words were mentioned?
Wedding dress,
Yeah, wedding dress. What else?
groom,
Groom, yes. What else? That's it?
the host, parents, friends.
Uh-huh. Is there anything else? Okay, now let's look at it, read it, and listen at the same time.
When is a good time to get married? Bjorn.
The best time here in Sweden is the summer, when it stays light all night.
Ming Wei.
It depends. Here it's often decided by a fortune teller, whose job is to choose the best day.
Alex.
Any weekend when you can get off work.
What's your favorite part of the wedding? Rodrigo.
There's a very touching moment when the bride walks down the aisle with her bridesmaids and the groom turns and sees her in her wedding dress for the first time.
Gosia.
My favorite part is when they go to the reception where the couple is met by their parents. The parents give the newlyweds a gift of bread and salt, which in Poland symbolize the prosperity and hardship of life.
Manuel.
It's when the bride and groom exchange vows.
How have weddings changed in recent years? Kumiko.
There was a time when weddings were very traditional in Japan, but that changed in the 1980s when Western-style ceremonies became more popular.
Jun Ho.
Here in South Korea, marriages were traditionally arranged by a matchmaker whose responsibility was to find the right partner for you. I have lots of friends whose parents met that way, but arranged marriages aren't as common nowadays.
Cassidy.
There aren't as many religious weddings. Some people go to Hawaii, where they get married on the beach. Or there are actually places in the States where a celebrity look-alike, like Elvis, performs a civil ceremony.
Chris.
They go on longer. They have all these bachelor and bachelorette parties now, where you celebrate with your friends. Sometimes they go on all night, and some last the whole weekend. Then there's the rehearsal dinner, where the parents of the groom host a dinner for everybody who's involved. The bridesmaids, the best man, and groomsmen.
Which of your words are mentioned? Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
All right, let me take a look. So somebody said candy. Is candy here?
No.
No,
But
candy's
wedding
not.
dress.
What?
Wedding dress.
Wedding dress, yes. But let's go for the first one. Diana said rings. Do we have a ring here in the story? A dress, food, suit, maid of honor. Flower girl, the best man, wedding reception. Wedding reception, right? What new vocabulary do you see here?
Groom.
Groom?
Walks down the aisle.
The groom. What else? Highlight it with your with your computer, please. You go ahead and highlight the new vocabulary you see. Matchmaker, bachelor, bachelorette, walks down the aisle. Yes. Rehearsal, perfect. Groomsman, matchmaker. Is that it? Liliana, are you there? Newlyweds. Western style ceremonies, perfect. Yeah, bachelor. Liliana, are you there?
Yes, teacher, I'm here.
All right. Exchange vows, perfect. Is that it, guys? Let's go one by one, okay? Walks down the aisle. In a ceremony, wherever you are, the walkway where the bride walks, that is the aisle. Yes, for example, in church, this right here, the aisle will be the walkway where she walks from the entrance to the inside of the church. You know, the pathway where you walk, that is the aisle. So when the bride walks, the expression is walk down the aisle. Yes, walk. The bride walks down the aisle. Is that okay? Or would you like another visual? Hello?
Aisle like in the supermarket, teacher.
Aisle as in hallway, as where you walk. The area where you walk. Yes?
Yes, teacher.
But Leslie, is that okay? Or you need another picture?
Yes, it's okay.
Okay, groom is the boyfriend before the wedding. So up until the wedding, on the moment when he says yes, he's not a groom anymore. And now he's the husband. Okay?
Okay.
That's the groom. Newlyweds. They are newlyweds. They just married. They are newlyweds. They just say, yes, I do. Newlyweds. Exchange vows. Exchange vows is when they exchange their promises. When they say their promise to each other. I promise to love you and care for you and be there with you. Yes? Do you remember that part of the wedding?
Yes.
Western style ceremonies. Western style is an American style. American ceremony. This somewhat American. This is more American. An American style ceremony. Why is that different? Because this is the style of Japan. And it's different. That's why it's called Western style. Matchmaker. Matchmaker is a person who looks for and finds you a boyfriend or a girlfriend. For example, if you have a friend, let's say Leslie Leslie knows Eduardo, and Leslie knows Diana. And Leslie and Diana and Eduardo, they don't know each other. And the three of you go to a party. So Leslie says, Diana, come and meet my friend Eduardo. Eduardo, come and meet my friend Diana. And Leslie says, here you guys go. Let Diana, Eduardo, Diana. That's a matchmaker.
So she will be a matchmaker, right?
It will be a matchmaker. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I got it.
All right. Bachelor is the boyfriend before the ceremony.
What do you say, teacher?
The bachelor is the boyfriend before the ceremony. Before, the days before.
It's a synonym of husband?
No, it's not. No, before, Liliana. Before, not after.
It's a synonym of groom?
Nope. Bachelor is not a husband. It's the opposite of husband. Bachelor is a man that doesn't have a wife.
Okay, teacher.
And bachelorette is a woman that doesn't have a husband.
It's something like single?
Something like single, yes. But yeah, single. Let's just leave it at that for now. And rehearsal dinner is the dinner they have before the wedding to practice. Practice the speech, practice the dance, practice everything. They like to practice everything. They like to have a perfect wedding. Have you heard that? That they want a perfect wedding? To have a perfect wedding, they practice, and they practice a lot. And that's why they have a rehearsal dinner. Rehearsal means practice. But not practice like we practice English. No. Rehearsal is to practice an activity. More like an event, to practice an event. Like dinner or reception or a wedding. That type of event, when you practice to make it perfect on the real date, that is a rehearsal. And then you have parents of the groom host a dinner. Parents of the groom are the parents of the husband-to-be. Parents of the boyfriend who is going to get married. Host, that means they give a dinner. The parents of the boyfriend give a dinner to all of the other people. The parents of the girlfriend, the best man, the maid of honor, and all of the people involved. And the groomsmen are, the best man is the one that carries the ring. You know the ring? The best man carries the ring for the groom until he says, where are the rings? So the best man takes the ring and gives it to the groom so that the groom can give it to the bride. And the other guys, the rest of the men, are the groomsmen. All right, was that enough? Was that good?
Yeah, I think it's better.
All right, now ask and answer the questions in the article with a classmate, please. Go ahead, let's see. Eduardo, please, question number 1.
Which of your words are mentioned?
No. The question in the article. in the article.
What is the first question? Oh yeah. When is a good time to get married?
I think here is always a good time to get married.
Okay, very nice. Continue, please.
I think weekends when you are not busy in other things.
Okay. Liliana? All right, Diana, next question, please.
What's your favorite part of the wedding?
When I'm eating.
When the bridge, sorry.
No, yes, okay, Liliana, go ahead.
When the bridge walks down the aisle with her bridesmaid, and the groom turns and sees her in her wedding dress for the first.
Very nice, Liliana. The pronunciation is bright.
Right.
Bright.
Right.
Yes. Perfect. There you go. Thank you. Continue, guys. Diana, your answer?
When I'm eating.
Leslie, what about you?
When the newlyweds, give me cake.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, that's a nice part. Perfect. What about Diana? Can you ask the last question, please?
How have weddings changed in recent years?
Everybody, please. Liliana, Diana, Leslie, Eduardo.
I think in the old times, they're used to marriage just in the moment they are meet, but now they take time for decide have a wedding.
Can you repeat that, please?
I think in the old times they're used to marriage immediately.
Immediately,
Now they take a time to have a wedding. They think a lot about how much that will be and think a lot about their relationship.
Thank you. What about you guys? Eduardo?
Well, I think currently there are fewer people at the party for the quarantine.
Yes. Yes. Liliana, Diana, any opinions?
The age, weddings have changed in this manner. The age has changed. Before, people used to get married uh, 14, 15, 16 years old, and now the people get married 30, 31, 32, 35.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. Now, when is a good time to get married? For these questions, who do you agree with? Do you agree with Bjorn, Ming Wei, or Alex? Who do you agree with?
Alex.
Why?
I think because he has a point, and maybe in all of the week you can be stressed for the organization, the dress, and a lot of things. And the best moment is on weekend when
On
people
weekends
are
is good. Very
when
good.
people are not busy.
What about Your favorite part of the wedding. Who do you agree with? Guys, who do you agree with? Rodrigo, Gosia, or Manuel?
With Rodrigo.
With
I
Rodrigo,
agree with
perfect.
Rodrigo.
Why?
Because it's amazing to see the bride um, coming to the church and the expression and the face of the groom at when he he watched
He
her
sees her.
next wife.
When he sees his next wife. Okay. What about how have weddings changed in recent years? Who do you agree with?
Cassidy.
Cassidy, why?
Now is less currently their full marriage and religion ceremonies.
All right, very good. Now make a chart like the one below, this chart. Use the words in bold from the postings. So this chart carries 3 columns. The first column is types of weddings, people involved, things people do. So here is the postings or the article, the story. So what is the first type of wedding you see?
Religious ceremonies.
Is the first one? No, it's not the first one.
Arranged marriage.
Is that the first one? Nope, it's not the first one. The first one is Western style ceremony. Now, people involved, let's talk about the bride, but why only the bride? Because on the things people do, on a Western style ceremony, the bride walks down the aisle. Now continue, please. In your notebooks or your books, continue with all of them, please. There are the 8, no, there are not 8. There are 3 different types of weddings, but there are 8 different things people do. Let's give you 2 minutes. Just to let you know, it says use the words in bold. Which words are those? The words in bold will be these are the words in bold. One more minute. Right there. We have all of those. All right, guys, time's up. Are you finished? 3, 2, 1, 0. Perfect. What do you guys have for for the next one?
Marriage.
Matchmaker.
Religious ceremonies. People involved. Bridesmaids. Things people do. Go to the reception. What do you have next? Civil ceremony. Groom. Exchange vows. And then on the same civil ceremony, matchmaker perform a civil ceremony. On the same civil ceremony, parents of the groom have a bachelorette party. The best man have a rehearsal dinner. Groomsmen host a dinner. And that would be it. Now go to page 125, please. All right, vocabulary notebook will be homework, okay? That is homework, and we'll check it tomorrow. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right. Take turns using the words in the chart to ask questions about the postings. How much do you remember? Are any of the postings true for your culture? So what you have to do is ask and answer questions to your classmates. For example, where were matchmakers used traditionally? Do you remember this? What's the answer?
Is
In
in
Japan?
civil ceremony.
Japan, civil ceremonies? I think it says in South Korea. Yes, continue, please. Go
It
ahead.
seems. It seems. Seems.
It seems What do you mean?
Japan with Korean, it seems.
The same. You mean the same?
Seems. It seems.
The same?
People that the Korea and Japan seems each other.
What do you mean seems? Seems?
Seem. Seem. In appearance. In appearance.
That's not
It
appearance.
seems in appearance.
Seems is not appearance. Seems is
They look like.
they
Similar.
look alike. They look alike. They are similar, yes, but not seems. So Korea and Japan look alike. All right. So, but the article says South Korea. But continue, please. Ask and answer questions about the postings, about the article we just read and heard. Let's see, Eduardo, can you ask a question to your classmates, please? Let's see if they can find the answer.
When
Where
is a
were the
better time?
matchmakers?
I didn't understand you guys. Can you repeat your
Okay,
comment?
Eduardo, go ahead.
Where were matchmakers used traditionally?
No, your question, mister.
Oh, sorry.
No questions, mister? What about you, Liliana?
What country is better to get married in summer?
Country?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The
Is that
text
in the post?
mentions a country.
In Sweden?
Yes, it is.
Yes, in Sweden. Very good. Very good question, Liliana. Very good answer, Diana. Continue like that. Diana, Leslie, do you have any other questions?
Exchange vows.
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 Can you repeat, please?
Isn't who are exchange vows?
Who exchanges?
Who exchanges?
Who exchanges vows?
Bride and groom?
Yes, the bride and groom. Perfect. There you go. Continue, please, guys. No more questions? Diana, Eduardo, any questions? All right.
The parents give to the newlyweds a special gift. Did you remember? It is in Poland. In Poland, parents give to the newlyweds a special gift. What kind of gift is it?
All right. Perfect, Liliana. Good question. Now we're going to click this wheel to see who has to answer.
No. No. No.
Leslie. All right, Leslie, please answer the question.
Rehearsal dinner.
No.
Can you repeat the question? I don't understand.
Yes, please, Liliana. Can you repeat the question?
In Poland, parents give a special gift to the newlyweds. Did you remember what is this? The special gift?
No, she doesn't remember.
No, I don't remember.
This special gift symbolize prosperity
and the hardship of life. All right.
No,
No,
sorry, I don't
Liliana?
remember.
No, let's see who else we picked. Oh, Liliana, I'm sorry. Go ahead, please. Give us the answer.
The answer is bread and salt.
Bread and salt. There you
In
go.
Mexico, people rice when the newlyweds leave the church. People people throw rice to the newlyweds. Newlyweds. Oh, okay.
Yes, this is the rice. Look, but it's not a Mexican tradition. But we do it here in Mexico. Yeah, that's
like the picture.
All right, next. Let's continue. Number 2, grammar, adding information, time, place, and possession. Rewrite each pair of sentences as one sentence. Look, this is very common. Rewrite each pair of sentences as one. In number 1, we have 2 sentences. That's sentence number 1 And then we have sentence number 2. Now, is that in the article?
Yes.
Where is it?
Kumiko.
It's in the question 3, right? How are these two sentences as one?
If we add when,
We add when, where?
uh, instead of at that time,
Instead of at that time, yes. And so we cancel at that time and we write, what do we write?
When.
when.
When, very good. Next, number 2. After a wedding ceremony, the guests go to reception. There they have a meal. So here we have two separate ideas. Can we write that one as one single one? Where is this idea in the story? That will be question number 2.
Number 2, where?
So what do we do? What do we cancel?
To go to the reception where the couple is met by the parents.
So we cancel there.
Where?
And we add?
Where?
Where. Very nice. Now number 3. How do we make this number 3?
Whose?
What do we
Instead
cancel?
of there,
Instead of there.
marriage were
Right.
traditionally arranged by a matchmaker whose responsibility
Whose.
was to find.
That's right. And what is this, guys? What are these words? When, where, whose. These are relative clauses. We use them for non-defining information or defining information. And what's the difference? We have who. What is who for? People. Which. What about which? What is which for?
Things.
Objects.
Animals, objects, or ideas. What about whose?
Possession.
Possessions. What about that?
People and things.
People, animals, or objects. Also ideas. What about where?
Place.
Places. And when?
Date.
Date? No.
Time.
Time. Moment. Time or moment. So these are relative pronouns. Relative pronouns. That's what they are. An RP, a relative pronoun, refers to a noun mentioned previously. They can be used to join two sentences. Now, when refers to time. Example, the day when the concert takes place is Saturday. Where refers to places. This is the house where my son was born. Whose refers to possession. The boy whose phone just rang should stand up. Now let's take a look at some pictures. When refers to time. The day when the concert takes place is Saturday. The concert takes place on Saturday. What's the difference? The difference is the structure of the sentence. Yes, you can simply say, a simple sentence will be, the concert is on Saturday. That is a simple sentence. But when you have a more complex idea, you can say it in two separate forms. You can say, there will be a concert. Yes. And then another idea, the day will be Saturday. Yes. Now you have two different ideas. And they are about the same thing, the concert. So to have two combined ideas, you use a relative pronoun when and say the day when the concert takes place is Saturday. Yes, and this makes these two ideas together as one. Let's have another example. Where refers to places. This is the house. This is the house where my son was born. And this is a little easier to see. Another example. Whose refers to possession. The boy whose phone just rang should stand up. Now here we have a possession. Whose phone? Phone is a possession of the boy. Yes? Using whose is the defined sentence. I'm sorry, if the defined sentence is the subject of the basic sentence, the relative clause is located between the subject and the predicate. If the noun we describe declares possessive in the defining sentence, whose is used for both people and objects. All right, this is a lot of explanation, right? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna cancel it. There. Whose is used for both people and objects. Do you know the gallerist? His car was stolen. Here we have two separate clauses, two separate sentences. One in the form of a question and the other one in a simple affirmation, a statement. What happens if I say this sentence alone? His car was stolen. You're going to ask, who? Who is he? I don't know who is he. And you say his car. Well, I mean, what car are you talking about? I don't understand what car, which car, or what person. All right, so this sentence alone is not conclusive. Then we have more information. Do you know the gallerist? Ah, you're talking about the gallerist, a person that paints, that makes galleries and stuff. Now, the gallerist is the man, and he has a car. So we have the sentence. Do you know the gallerist whose car was stolen? Here we have a possession. Car belongs to the gallerist. Okay? Using where? If the noun we describe, etc. Do not clean the room, period. My son is studying in that room. Do not clean the room where my son is studying. There. Very good. Next. When? 1821 is the year when Napoleon Bonaparte died. So we have when. Now let's take a look, guys. Number one, I know a great little restaurant. How can we complete this sentence? We can get lunch. That, who, or where?
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 Where? Perfect. That's good. Where? Number two, what is the answer?
Whose?
Who?
Whose? Very nice. Whose? Next, number three.
Who?
Who? Perfect. Who? Number four.
That.
That.
That. Very good. That. Next, number nine.
Which?
Which? Number 10.
Why?
Perfect. Why? And 11.
Whose?
Whose?
Whose? Very good. Whose? And 12?
That.
That.
That. Very nice. Very nice. One more. Now, Eduardo and Leslie, please, can you complete? Eduardo.
The bad weather is the reason why I was late for class
Very
yesterday.
nice. Eduardo, 6.
The cookies which you bake are really delicious.
Perfect. Leslie, 7.
My grandfather remembers the time when there was no television.
Eduardo, number 8.
Teacher, I can see the number 8. The screen
Can
is a
press
little.
Alt. Press Alt. Are you on a cell phone or a computer?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's with. Oh, okay.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, I visited my uncle who lives in a different city.
Perfect. Leslie, number 13.
I want to borrow the book that you bought last month.
Yes, next.
My home is a place where I can come home and relax after work.
Very good. Number 15.
Most of people who she met were from Sydney.
That will be whom. And 16.
Can you find the teacher whom you talked this morning?
Boom, perfect. There you go. Now let's go for the I'm sorry. Next. Relative clauses with when, where, and whose. Time, when. Oh, see, I'm sorry. Here I want to give you this. Defining and non-defining. What is the difference? Defining is very important information. Let's go for defining. Defining is very important, necessary information. Let's check out the first one. There's a touching moment when the bride walks down the aisle. Let's imagine if we cancel this. If we cancel that, no, not with that one. like this. Does the sentence make sense? There is a touching moment alone. Is that a complete idea? Is not a complete idea. We need the extra information. When the extra information is necessary, is defining. It's a defining clause because it defines, it gives it a complete idea. And sometimes it's not necessary. It's only extra information. The best time to get married in the US, I'm sorry, the best time to get married is the summer when it stays light all night. Let's imagine we cancel the last part. And we have the best time to get married is the summer. Is that a complete idea?
Yes.
Yes, it's complete. And that means that this part is only extra information, not necessary for the idea. So that is non-defining, not necessary to complete the idea. And that's what we have in each one of the examples. There are places in the US where celebrity look-alike performs the ceremony. Is that a defining or a non-defining?
Non-defining.
Let's cancel this. Is that a complete idea or not complete?
Incomplete.
It's incomplete, so this is necessary. So if it's necessary, is it defining or non-defining?
Defining.
Defining, very good. And the other example, some people go to Hawaii where they get married on the beach. Is this defining or non-defining?
Non-defining.
Non-defining, very good. Next example, I have lots of friends whose parents used a matchmaker. Defining or non-defining?
Non-defining.
Defining.
All right, let's cancel the first one, or actually the second one. Let's cancel it. Is that a complete idea or not complete?
It's complete. Right.
It's not complete. It's not a complete message, right? So this is necessary. So it's defining. And the other one? Defining or non-defining?
Non-defining. Because
Non-defining. It's, yes, perfect. There you go. So now, who that example? I have more of this, but this was a game, but we have no more time. So this will be the homework. Complete the postings with when, where, and whose. Okay, and we'll check it tomorrow. Okay, guys?
Okay, teacher.
All right, how was the class?
Good.
Good.
Okay.
Dynamic.
Do you have
It
any
was
questions?
No.
No? Perfect. In that case, thank you very much for your attendance. Please don't forget the homework, and I will see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow,
See you tomorrow, teacher.
Bye.
Bye, teacher. See you
See you,
tomorrow.
Bye,
teacher.
teacher.